Now to tonight's other main news. And 9 people were killed when a plane crashed as it came into land at Amsterdam's Schiphol airport. The Turkish Airlines plane, a Boeing 737, en route from Istanbul, was approaching one of the airport's 5 runways. But as it came into land from the north, it crashed into fields short of the runway, just metres away from the A9 main road. The plane broke into 3 pieces as it slammed into the ground. Despite the devastation, 126 people survived the accident. Some even walked from the wreckage. From Amsterdam, our Europe correspondent Robert Moore reports.
Only a few hundred metres short of its destination, within sight of the runway, and the Boeing 737 crash-landed. At this stage, there is no explanation. The weather was fine, and there were no reports of any mechanical problems. 9 people died here at the scene. Several others are in critical condition, and dozens more are walking wounded. But the very fact that the vast majority of shocked passengers escaped is a remarkable slice of good fortune. Dutch fire crews and teams of paramedics were quickly at the scene. Schiphol Airport is one of the busiest in Europe and is well prepared for an emergency response. This was the last and barely audible communication between air traffic control and the Turkish pilots of flight TK1951.
Amsterdam, good morning, Turkish 1951, descending 70, speed 250.
Turkish 1951, hello, proceed, Sierra Papa Yankee, descend to 40, speed okay for ILS 18 right.
Moments later, controllers were having to advise other incoming aircraft of the unfolding emergency.
What's the situation then on the ground? Can we expect another approach?
Hi, so well, we are at this moment looking at a very large emergency. It looks like we lost an aircraft, so continue on this heading, contact 1212.
The passengers may have been saved by a combination of geography and timing, for the approach to the runway here is over completely flat and open Dutch farmland. And the 737, of course, was at the very end of its journey, meaning it had only a limited supply of fuel left on board, greatly reducing the chances of a fire on impact. The search for clues is now underway. One major question, prompted by that lack of fire, is whether the plane may actually have run out of fuel. Investigators will also examine the engines, which ended up detached from the plane, and carefully analyse the flight data recorders. But the probe is only just beginning. It may take many weeks to fully understand the riddle and the tragedy of this flight. Robert Moore, ITV News, at Schiphol Airport.